Happy Monday, Bethel. How are you guys doing today? It is May 18th. Another beautiful day, a little bit cloudy, but pretty nice. I am actually kind of near the mall here, and it looks like Hobby Lobby's open, Shields is open. I think some other things are supposed to be opening up at the mall here very soon. We're excited to see that. And I'm actually at the AT&T store getting some phone work done right here. So I just wanted to take a moment with you guys and say that we've been talking a lot about prayer, a lot about communing with God during this quarantine, and as things are going to start getting busier here, I want to encourage you guys to continue to walk with God. Some people wonder what it means to walk with God. We know about believing in God, accepting God, but what does walking with God mean? Billy Graham actually did a teaching on walking with God. It's simply just having a commitment and a relationship with God on a daily basis. So it's just kind of like a relationship with anybody else. Between my wife and I, we have 25 nieces and nephews. And every time I get to spend some time with family, you kind of grow that relationship and want to spend more time with them, but you can't because there's just so many, there's distance, there's a lot of time. So it's a challenge, and you can't just be super close with everybody. And that's a challenge. You can't be best friends with everyone in the world. You just can't. There's not enough time to do that. So you have to pick and choose. You have to prioritize. And that's where we have to do some priority with our relationship with Christ too. We have to let some things go. We have to put some things aside. We have to let things kind of grow weak in some areas so that we can be strong in our relationship with our family, strong in our relationship with our church and with with Jesus and with the things that are important. And we got to let some things that are less important go sometimes. One of the verses my dad made me memorize at a very young age is Genesis 5:24, one of my favorite passages in the Bible. It says, "Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him." So what's neat about that passage is just Enoch got so close in his personal relationship with God, and he was walking with God, that one day God said, "You know what, you're so close," he just took him straight up to heaven. There was no death process for Enoch. He didn't have to taste death. He just went straight to heaven to see God. And I really think the key to that was him walking with God. Some of the history, some of the other books and stories from that time kind of seem to picture Enoch as someone who was kind of a leader of the different people of the day. You know, this is before Noah and before Methuselah. Enoch was the father of Methuselah, the man that lived longer than anybody else, and upon Methuselah's death, the flood came. So this is a time where people started to rebel against God, and Enoch was somebody that walked with God. He taught his children, he taught his son to walk with God. He did that, and he did that well, and he also just seemed to spend more and more time with God the more life went on. And finally, after 365 years on this earth, God said, "All right, that's enough time down there. I want you up here. I don't want this distance between us anymore." So it's really neat to picture of walking with God and having that close relationship. And he mimicked on earth what our ultimate relationship will be with God, that ultimate communion. And that's just from spending time with God. So as things start picking up, as things get busier in our lives, as this quarantine has now ceased, and I know we're kind of slowly, tentatively getting back to work and kind of feeling the waters out of how things are going to be here in the future. Remember to keep a priority on prayer, keep a priority of getting in God's Word, hearing from Him on a daily basis, and just cleansing ourselves with God's Word, spending time in prayer and fellowship and communion, keeping that relationship strong. Just like a person, if I don't see somebody for weeks on end, I'm going to grow a little distant apart from them. This has been a time where we've been distanced in our social distancing, but we don't want to have distance in our relationships, and especially important ones like our family, our really close friends, and most importantly of all, our relationship with God. So I just want to encourage you guys with that today. Look forward to seeing you guys in person on Sunday. Have a great message for you coming up on this Sunday. Look forward to it. God bless you guys. Take care.